This is our new crew neck. So several things that are different. The texture on this is very unique. It's 76% recycled polyester and then 24% viscose.
Okay.
So it creates this kind of area, you know, it's just different, right? And it will come from S&S Activewear with the Adidas logo on the left chest, which traditionally we work with Adidas to move that logo. We kept it here because it's such a nice premium piece. So I'm going to turn it over to you and what you think. You know, I think I know what you're going to do with it.
Yeah, of course. And again, we have many locations open for branding on this piece, but don't be afraid to decorate the right chest with your brand logo.
Oh,
I think that it pairs it well as, you know, the Adidas piece with the brand. And so it's really just all about size and placement at that point. And so let's lay this down. And we're working with, you know, it's pretty unique that it's an embroidered Adidas logo. And so pairing that with the same embroidered patch, I think is a really cool concept.
I mean, that looks beautiful.
Yeah, and again, the sight line, when you're laying it out, we want to make sure we're in that sight line so we can make sure the position is good. We're going to pinch this top shoulder for the centering of our logo, right? And I'm going to bump it a little bit just to accommodate where the Adidas logo is centered so it pairs really well. And I'm going to use the same thermo tape that we just used. Do the little crosshair, fold it so it's easy to grab. It's very difficult to grab the thermo tape on these textured fabrics. I've learned that in the past. So just taking that little extra step
Press
to
it
pinch
down.
that, right? Perfect, right? And so step back, make sure I'm straight on everything. Looks good to me.
Sure.
And now, again, we're gonna move it to the same hat press. I'm gonna split this open to try to get to a single layer and then just kind of drape it onto the press in a good way.
And again, that thermo tape's just holding that in.
Yeah, it's eliminating all that risk. And then we go ahead and press it for the same settings. The 30 seconds, 280 on top, 320 on bottom. This was a launch piece, so we'll see how the fabric reacts to the heat. So this will be the first time we tested this one, but
for sure,
I think we have a high probability of success here based on the bottom heat.
Your odds are good.
Odds are
you
good.
know,
Odds are
I'm
in
with
our favor.
Josh.
Okay.
So very good stuff. I can't wait to see this piece because so many people are trying to lead with brand now and then add their logo. And again, we mentioned subtle locations, but this, you know, obviously, you know, you're next to the Adidas logo and, you know, you're basically stating, you know, I'm an Adidas guy and
yeah, I mean, that looks
wow.
solid, right? And then you know, the texture will flatten a bit when it's pressed. So I would recommend, you know, having a brush or something here, I know, and kind of brush your texture back out, just like we would work with the Sherpa piece to brush that texture out. But the finished look, pretty awesome.
That is very cool. And then, you know, side by side, again, you're looking at that, you know, branding. That is just clean.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're not done with this piece yet.
I love it.
We wanted to step it up and show you one more potential treatment. And we're going to work with the back yoke here. I'm going to fold this so it doesn't fall off the table. But that back yoke's a great placement. And, you know, there's lots of different choices that you can use across this fabric. So we can do things like an embroidered patch, which we've worked with and really elevate the piece. We can use flex style, which is like a rubber-like texture. We can use PVC, which covers really well. All the same settings on the heat press, 3D embroidery. And what we're choosing to do here is a little tonal player signature. So this is a kind of a classic piece. You have that little extra branding element, and the perfect place for that is a sleeve or a cuff or a back yoke.
So like when working, because this is a heavier garment, right? So it can hold that patch. Is there kind of a threshold? Or I mean, patches, I mean, I've handled those with you. I mean, they're really light.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. No, I think that, you know, having any bit of thickness is going to help with the execution of that. And so even thin lines will work well across the textured fabric. Yeah. Oh, I think I got it. So back in action. So I thought the signature would not come off. It actually is showing a feature that we do on this product is that to prevent this, we double up on the carrier, right? And so I was releasing the top carrier and not the bottom carrier. So I have to get my fingers down to the bottom carrier. Now it's a lot easier, okay? So on thin lines, you're going to get a double carrier, and that way everything can remain free floating and come off. So that's what happened in that little period of time. Is I didn't think the signature was releasing, but it absolutely was. I just wasn't peeling down to the back plastic far enough. Again, I might be able to do, single piece of thermotape. I feel like I have good bond to this fabric, so I'm not going to overdo it and waste the tape. And it's very easy to move up, position into place. Again, collar coming off the edge, all a single layer. Cover it with my
cover pad is right over here.
1/8" foam cover pad, and lock it down. So
no, I'm excited to see this because it's a nice tone on tone, which is a great option. People, again, it's about being subtle, right? Because the branding is going to evolve, but the market is kind of demanding more subtle decoration, so it gets worn more, right? You're leading with the brand, so people are leaving the workplace and not changing in the parking lot to go home, because it's a nice piece.
Yeah, and I love the tonal decoration, especially when we're playing a little bit with just slight differences in the tone and gloss levels on products. This is a pretty matte finish fabric, and so working with a product that has like a slight sheen or gloss to it is going to show really well here. Right?
Nice.
And again, we'll want to brush out where it flattens, but at the end of it, you got a really nice
That is
tonal branding location.
Just a nice touch.